Split Fiction is the latest co-op game from Hazelight Studios, the development studio behind It Takes Two. The game was released on March 6, 2025. It will take you between 12 and 15 hours to finish the game with a friend. In this review, I'll break down the story, gameplay, visuals, audio, and any bugs or issues. Story: you play as Mio Hudson and Zoe Foster, two aspiring writers with clashing personalities. Mio is all about gritty sci-fi, while Zoe is into whimsical fantasy. They're lured to Raider Publishing, a shady company with a machine that can turn their stories into virtual reality. But both get trapped inside their own imaginations together, glitching between sci-fi and fantasy worlds. The story's a clever jab at AI stealing creativity, with Raider's CEO trying to harvest their ideas for profit. It's a timely theme, and the game leans into it without being preachy. The narrative follows Mio and Zoe as they team up to find glitches to break free, learning about each other's traumas along the way. Mio's dealing with repressed emotions, and Zoe's haunted by her sister's death. These personal arcs add depth, but honestly, the first half can feel a bit cheesy or slow to connect with the characters. By the final levels, though, the story hits hard with emotional payoff, especially in the finale that ties their journeys together. It's not perfect. Some dialogue feels like it's straight out of a B-movie, and the game leans more on video game tropes than actual literary vibes, which feels like a missed opportunity. Still, it's engaging, heartfelt, and keeps you hooked for the duration of the campaign. Split Fiction delivers a stellar co-op-only experience, requiring two players, either locally or online via the Friends Pass. There's no solo mode or AI companion, as the game is designed for real-time teamwork, which may disappoint solo gamers but ensures tight, collaborative mechanics. You control Mio or Zoe, tackling split-screen platforming, puzzles, and action sequences that shift between sci-fi and fantasy worlds. From taming dragons to dodging hovercars, the variety keeps you hooked, with responsive controls for jumps, dashes, and unique abilities. Puzzles demand coordination, like one player distracting a boss while the other solves a challenge. While accessible for casual players, veterans will enjoy the challenge, though some button-mashing tasks feel simplistic and respawn loops can frustrate if one player lags. Compared to It Takes Two, it's grander but slightly bloated, yet it remains a co-op masterpiece for those with a partner to share the adventure. Visually, Split Fiction is a great-looking game. Each level feels like a different game, with lush fantasy forests, neon-drenched sci-fi cities, and surreal subconscious wastelands. The art direction is cohesive, yet wildly varied. Colors and set pieces reflect the characters' emotions, like Zoe's vibrant fantasy worlds turning darker as her story unfolds. It's not just pretty. The environments tell a story with hidden details you'll pause to admire. That said, the sci-fi visuals can feel a bit generic compared to the more imaginative fantasy ones, and there's a minor issue where Mio and Zoe clip through each other when standing close, which looks unpolished. But the game runs smoothly at a solid frame rate, and I didn't notice any major graphical hiccups on PC. Hazelight's attention to detail makes every world feel alive, and it's a feast for the eyes from start to finish. The audio in Split Fiction is a mixed bag, but mostly great. The soundtrack shifts between epic orchestral fantasy themes and pulsing sci-fi synths, matching the game's genre-hopping visuals. Boss battles get standout tracks that amp up the tension, and the sound design, like the roar of a dragon or the hum of a cyberbike, is immersive. Voice acting is solid, with Elsie Bennett and Kaja Chan bringing Mio and Zoe to life, though some lines feel stiff or overly dramatic, especially early on. The dialogue animation doesn't always sync perfectly, which can break immersion. Still, the audio complements the chaotic energy and the small, funny moments. As for bugs, Split Fiction is surprisingly polished for such an ambitious game. I encountered no major crashes or glitches in my playthrough, and the final version seems to have ironed out issues from the demo. Still, there are some minor bugs, like occasional subtitle delays or players getting stuck in respawn loops during fast-paced platforming. The biggest issue is pacing. Some levels overstay their welcome, and the story's slow start might turn off players who don't like Mio's attitude early on. These are small gripes in an otherwise very nice experience, but they're worth noting. So, is Split Fiction worth your time? Absolutely. It's a good co-op game that blends creativity, heart, and constant surprises. The story's emotional, the gameplay's good, and the visuals are gorgeous, even if the writing and pacing stumble at times. If you've got a friend to play with, this is a must-play.